Millennials are the most diet traumatized generation alive because the amount of information and the source of information we took our knowledge from, it changed dramatically throughout this timeline. I'm 35. I've been a nutritionist for the past 12 years, and most of my clients are men and women in their 40s. And when they come to me, when I work with them, I see the same mistakes they're all doing because some part of information they took from TV when they were their teens, some part of information they took from internet, from social media, some from the magazines, and they're really confused about all of that, and they really do not understand what is working, what is not, because some data changes, some information changes, and they don't know what they should trust and what they should not. And in this video, I will explain you which mistakes most of my clients, being millennials, are doing, and you can change that and get the completely different results. So let's start with the first one. The first one is fat. Honestly, I thought in general if I should speak about this on camera or not, because it's been so much information outside there that we should not be afraid of fat. But still, I see people who are coming to Starbucks and order latte or cappuccino or flat white with skimmed milk. And when I ask them why, do you like skimmed milk? Do you like the taste of skimmed milk? They say no, we're just trying to consume less calories and less fat. Then they're going to supermarket and buy fat-free yogurt, eating this yogurt with granola and being hungry in 1 hour. And when I ask them why did you decide to buy this fat-free yogurt, they're saying yeah, because it contains less fat, and fat is bad for me because fat leads to me accumulating some fat cells, it increases my cholesterol level, etc., which is not true. So what we need to know about fat to put a big dot in the end of the sentence. Fat is not bad. The only problem with fat is that the calories we are getting from fat is more than we get from carbs and protein. 1 gram of carb and protein gives us 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat gives us 9 calories. That's the only problem with fat we have. But on the other hand, fat is extremely important for our hormonal health, especially for women. For men the same, but for women it's really crucial. When we eat fat-free food and when we're trying to limit the consumption of fat dramatically in our diet, we are constantly deficient in fat, which would first lead to the satiety level. If food lacks fat, we are not feeling satisfied after this meal, and in the end we overeat. We eat more sugar, we eat more calories, just because we are not feeling satisfied after this particular meal. So adding full free or at least moderate in fat products to our meal, like yogurt, normal milk, butter, olive oil, olives, avocado, helps us to feel satiety after meal, and it helps our body to get enough fat to support our hormonal system. So there is no good and bad food at all. We could not say that sugar is bad or fat is bad and protein is good, because that all depends on how much we eat of that, which type of fat and sugar we eat, and how we combine it throughout the day and in our meal in particular. Just stop blame fat, okay? The second mistake, how you are noticeably getting more calories than you should, is treating yourself with a wine. Some of my clients call it mom's drink in the evening. When kids are asleep, when you had a full day of everything, your house is a mess, you have a lot of things you need to do, you have some work you did not finish, and you think I'm done today. This is my guilty pleasure. I need to have this glass of wine. The alcohol, I would not say it's not a problem itself, because there is no safe amount of alcohol according to any data. So I will be really clear about that. Me personally, I sometimes drink alcohol. I'm not totally sober, I would say, but the amount of calories we are getting from this everyday drink and the food we pairing our wine with, it has the influence on our weight and our body composition and our overall health. So if you want to continue drinking your alcohol, just start to count those calories in your daily calorie amount, because it's not water, okay? It's not coffee, it's not tea. This is calorie dense product. And also when our body digests alcohol, it influences how we metabolize other food at the same time. So I would say when we are pairing alcohol with some food, we are also metabolizing and digesting and absorbing those calories from this particular food a bit differently. As I said, I would not say stop drinking your wine for the rest of your life and you should not do anything like you would love to do, but just start to count this glass of wine in your daily amount of calories, because it has its influence. Okay, it has its influence. So don't skip this part. Mistake number 3, I would say, is the most popular one. It's still treating cardio like it's the best for weight loss, which is not. You know, when I tried to lose weight when I was at my 20s, I tend to go for a run every single morning before breakfast, and I lost like 15 kilos at this time, also taking care of what I'm eating, but still I did no resistance training at all until I was 30. That was still fine, like doing all of this cardio, doing CrossFit, some HIIT training still helped me to be in a good shape, but we lost muscle with age. It's happening to every single woman as it is for men, but for women it's happening more dramatically and more fast and more, I would say, with bigger intensity compared to men. And when we skip doing resistance training, we tend to lose our metabolism alongside with our muscles, because metabolism is what keeps our body to burn as many calories as possible. Our muscles in our body is our engine. The less muscle we have, the slower metabolism we have, and the only possible way for us to increase and support this muscle mass is to do resistance training, to recover, and to eat enough protein. Like 3 things are really important, like all of them. When we do cardio training at our 35, 40s, expecting that we will have the same result as we had in our 20s, we will not. Girls, we will not. Like ladies, we will not, because the way how our body functions, the way if we treat our body the same way at our 40s as we did at our 20s, it's not gonna work, ladies. We will have no particular results. We will not have the results we expect to have, because we have less muscle mass, and even to get the approximately similar results as we get at our 20s, we need to do resistance training. So I know that we've been raised in a time when everyone was speaking like from every corner that cardio training is the best. No, data says no, especially for women, especially after their 35, 40s. So try to implement resistance training in your daily routine, because that's the biggest mistake I see at my clients. Before we jump to the next mistakes, I have a 2-minute quiz that will help you to understand why you are not able to lose weight for such a long time. This short quiz will help you to understand your metabolism and will propose you some sort of actions you could start with to finally get result you always dreamed about. The next mistake is how we track our progress. So most of the time, like as I've been also educated in my university, we've been always telling about calculate BMI, if we are overweight, obese, etc. And we are always trying to put our clients on scales to see like how those numbers are changing. We change in the recent years. It will take some time, I'm pretty sure, while we will educate people how they need to understand the weight loss progress itself, what we are actually measuring as a successful weight loss. So the successful weight loss is fat loss. We are trying to stop saying the weight loss term by itself, because it's not right anymore. It doesn't feel right, because we are aimed to lose fat, not muscles. And when we are talking about weight loss, we're not measuring what we actually lost. Did we lost muscle? Did we lost fat? For us, it's crucial to lose fat and to preserve or increase the muscle mass. That's why when I work with my client, we are not measuring just scales. We also doing in-body scan to understand how much muscle mass and fat mass they lost or they preserved. We're also doing photos. It's really important to track your progress with photos, and also doing some body measurements. So stop treating your scales like they know everything about you and about your progress, because it's not right. And the approach to weight loss should change to fat loss, because it's more proper and it's more safe and it's more long-term approach compared to weight loss when we're also losing muscle and our metabolism decreases. And the last mistake is how we as millennials are building our routine, our nutritional sport routine, our whole wellness routine. So let's remember yourself when you've been in your 20s. I don't know how your life was, but my life was, I was single, I had my education, I did some work, but I was pretty busy, but life was not so difficult and stressful. If I compare my life right now when I'm at my 35, I have daughter, she's 5 years old, I have my business, I live in a new country, I also try to expand my business, I have my family, I have my personal life, I have so many things on the plate on every day. I cannot compare my level of stress compared to when I was like in my 20s. So the routine I'm building for myself right now, it should sustain my lifestyle in this particular moment of time. I cannot say that I would go to gym every single day because it's not sustainable. I will not. First of all, it's not effective anymore, but also I'm not able because I have too many responsibilities in my life. That's why your lifestyle, your wellness routine should be adjusted to your current lifestyle, should include your real life, because like you want to sustain this. That's why it should be a fair game. It should be a fair plan to you, to your family, to all of your priorities you have. So don't try to put yourself in the same frame you've been at your 20s, because it's not possible. I could assume that your life changed, so your strategy should also change. And this also the real popular mistakes my clients are doing when they're trying to put themselves in this like impossible conditions they are not able to sustain. So don't do this, okay? Just try to optimize this routine for yourself. For sure, there are so many other myths we could discuss in the next video. So if you're interested in this topic in particular, just drop me a comment. In general, like if you want to see some videos about some particular topic, I would be grateful if you would have time and just drop me some ideas in the comment section. I really appreciate that. I just started my channel a few months ago and I tried to do my best to provide a valuable content for you guys. So like, yeah, I will see you in 2 weeks in a new video, and don't forget to subscribe, to hit the button to notify you about new videos. And yes, if you're interested, you could follow me on social media. See you in next video. Bye.